Greetings, YouTubers, and welcome to my 41st TTM video, where today I will share 3 TTMs I got in the mail yesterday. Only 3, but hey, 3 is better than none. I'll have a few shout-outs today as well. Hope everybody is doing well and all that good stuff. I hope everyone's having a happy 2021. Our first shout-out will go to Bama Breaks. And he does breaks on cards. Got a great channel. Does some great videos. Check him out. You like cards? One of the great channels to go to. Next is that Oilers fan, 1981. There's a lot of hockey up there in Canada. Give him a look. Got a great channel as well. And then we've got Ogre Breaks, one of the newer channels I subscribe to. He's also doing some breaks as well in cards, so give him a check to help boost their fan base. And last but not least is Slapnutz Gaming. He's up in Canada as well. He does hockey breaks also. Good stuff. He's having a contest when he gets to 100 subscribers, or 200, one of them. But check out his videos. He's got some good stuff. I've been checking his videos out, catching up on them. Another great channel. These are all channels that hopefully we can get to 100 real quick, or beyond 100, 200, 300. Slapnutz has more than 100. But, check them out if you like. Subscribe. They're good people. You can tell them Angry Old Man, Ed sent you, or not. I won't be offended if you don't tell them. I'm not in this for glory. Just out to spread the word and get everybody's channels up to 1,000, hopefully, because that's a good goal. Everybody. And also, I want to give a shout out to a package I got in the mail from Canada, and that's Sticks G. Corey up there. I won a contest of his, and I got some great cards, to say the least. I got 3, not 1. Wayne Gretzky's. We got 1 there, 2 there, and there's the 3rd one. So I got 3 Wayne Gretzky's in the giveaway. Super. I didn't have any Wayne Gretzky, so thank you, Corey. I also got Bobby Orr, one of the greatest players of all time there. Also got a Mario Lemieux card, another great player with the Penguins. And one of my favorite goalies of all time, Patrick Roy. I always thought it was Patrick Roy when I first saw him play, but that's a great card. Great goalie, Hall of Famer. Got Peter Forsberg there on a card. That's nice. You got Mike Bossy, one of the great Islanders teams that won 4 straight Stanley Cups. Great player. And also got from my New Jersey Devils, Martin Brodeur. 2 cards there. Beautiful looking cards. I got a Sid the Kid card, which I don't have any Sid the Kids. I've seen him play in person. And a Henrik Lundqvist card there, the Rangers. So thank you so much, Corey. Sticks G. And he threw in a pack of 1990 Score hockey cards. So these guys, a bunch of hockey people, are getting me back into hockey. My wife loves that. I'm going to open the pack at a different time. And still trying to complete my 1976-77 top set. Been working on that since I was a little kid. Need about 100 and something more cards. And also, I just have a little information I saw on Facebook for everybody. Is Louis Tiant. And Louis, somebody posted a letter that I got from Louis with 2 cards. Apparently, Louis is no longer signing for free. That's what this letter says. He says on the letter, due to the volume of autograph requests I have been receiving the last couple of months, I will no longer be signing for free. I will no longer be signing items I receive in the mail at no charge. Although I'm doing well and love my fans, I am getting up there in age and it feels like work at times. An autograph on a baseball card is $10. An autograph on a photo, baseball, or similar item is $15, both cash. Please also include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you for understanding, Louis Tiant. So just to pass that along, if you send it to Louis and he doesn't sign it, maybe true, maybe not, but I just thought I'd pass that on for everybody. And I want to show a gift my wife got me, my lovely wife, for Christmas. This just came in the mail thanks to the Postal Service, but I'll take it. It's a baseball, 1981 World Series ball, which is signed by the Dodger infielder. Apparently they're having a sale in Fanatics at the time, so get a little closer there. See? Ron Say, Bill Russell, Davey Lopes, and Steve Garvey there on the bottom. So really nice ball. Thank my wife. That was a great Christmas present. She was like, oh no, it didn't come yet. She thought it was going to come by Christmas, but it doesn't happen. The Postal Service today. It's too much mail. All right, let's get down to business. Let's get down to the returns. There are 3, and I like them. 3 good returns and 3 great people. This first one came from New York, I believe out in the island. He signed both of the cards. It took 29 days. There was no fee. I'm a great hockey player. I couldn't get him on Islander cards. I even told him that in the letter. It's Mr. Butch Goring. Got him on both of these LA Kings cards right there. Very nicely signed. Robert Thomas Goring, better known as Butch, born October 22nd, 1949. He's 71, born in St. Boniface, Manitoba, Canada. In the 1969 NHL draft, he was picked in the 5th round, the 51st pick overall by the Los Angeles Kings. He played parts of hockey in 1969, 70, and 71 in the NHL and the AHL. He played for the Springfield Kings in the AHL, which were in Massachusetts at that time. His teammate on that team was Billy Smith, future Islander goalie and teammate of his and a Hall of Famer. And they won the Calder Cup Championship. And he played for both the Kings, the Islanders, and the Bruins in his career, which went from 1969 to 87. In 1975-76, in the playoffs against the Boston Bruins, he scored the overtime winning goal in games 1 and 6. In 1978, he won the Lady Byng Trophy. 1978, pardon me. He won the Lady Byng Trophy in hockey, which is for sportsmanship. Prior to the 1978-79 season, he was offered a 5-year, $1 million contract by the WHA's Edmonton Oilers. He eventually signed with the LA Kings after they offered a 5-year, $1.25 million deal. In 1980, he was traded to the New York Islanders for Billy Harris and Dave Lewis. He was considered to be the final piece of the puzzle for the Islanders. And I guess he was, because they won 4 straight Stanley Cups after he joined. In the 1980 playoffs, he scored 19 points in 21 games. That's when the Islanders won Stanley Cup number 1. In 80 and 81, during that season in the playoffs, he scored 10 goals, 10 assists in 20 playoff games. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy, which was for the Stanley Cup playoffs MVP. He played 78 games that year and did not receive a single penalty minute. And he didn't even win the Lady Byng Trophy, so I don't know who had better sportsmanship than that. In 1985, the Islanders released him, and he played half a season with the Boston Bruins before retiring. After his career, he coached the Boston Bruins for a season and a half and also the New York Islanders. He played in 1,107 games, had 375 goals, 513 assists, and scored 888 points. And he had 102 penalty minutes, the lowest total in NHL history for a player who appeared in more than 1,000 games. As a coach, he had 83 wins and 126 losses and 27 ties. A 4-time Stanley Cup champ, as I said. He's a Conn Smythe winner in 81. He was inducted into the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. And his number 91 was retired by the New York Islanders. Now, he also in the 1970s had the reputation of having the poorest fashion sense in the league in the NHL during that decade. He was on a road trip with the Los Angeles Kings when a burglar broke into his hotel room and stole everything that belonged to his roommate. But he left all of Butch Goring's clothes hanging in the closet untouched. So there you go. Not the greatest dresser in the world. Mike Bossy stated on a podcast a few years back that he's likely the originator of the NHL tradition of growing a beard in the playoffs, commonly called the playoff beard. But some other former teammates have said that was actually done a little bit before, but I guess he made it more fashionable. But Butch Goring, thank you so much, Mr. Goring, on the 2 cards. Hope to send him some other time where I can get him on some Islander cards. Got him on a couple of pucks, met him some shows. This next one is a former player in the NBA. And this guy signed 3 cards for me. 1 on the Kings there, 2 on the Kings, and 3 on the Kings. And it's Mr. Don Kogis. He's a player back in the 70s. He also signed the index card. Ooh, you can't see that, can you? There, he signed the index card very nicely. Scoot that off to the side. And he also included not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different business cards. There's his business card, his business in San Diego. Why did he include them? Well, on the other side, he signed them. Here's one of Don Kogis shooting a layup over Jerry Sloan. Very nice. The next one is Don Kogis scoring around Wilt Chamberlain. A good move there. Number 3, Don Kogis dunks over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Put that back a little. Get the focus there. And the final one, Don Kogis drives around Don Nelson and Bill Russell. So, very nice of him to send all 4 business cards signed there. Who was Don Kogis? Well, it took 8 days, and there was no fee from California. Donald R. Kogis, better known as Don. July 15th, 1939 is when he was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's 81. Attended Marquette University. In the 1961 NBA draft, he was picked in the 2nd round with the 21st pick by the Chicago Packers. Who are the Chicago Packers now? Well, if you live in the nation's capital, they're the Washington Wizards. His career went from 1961 to 75. He played small forward. He played on a team called the Phillips 66ers, which was a team out in Oklahoma from 61 to 63. And then played with in the NBA. That was kind of like a semi-pro team. Played in the NBA with the Baltimore Bullets, the Detroit Pistons, the Chicago Bulls, the San Diego Rockets, the Seattle Supersonics, and the Kansas City / Omaha Kings. That was probably the longest time he ever spent with a team, from 72 to 75. He's only one of 3 players to be selected in expansion drafts held in consecutive years. 3 in a row, and he's only one of 3 players to play for 3 expansion teams. He was twice an NBA All-Star, 1968 and 69. He scored 9,948 points, about 12.2 a game, had 4,555 rebounds, about 5.6 a game, and 1,112 assists, about 1.4. He played on the 1963 U.S. basketball team, which won a gold medal at the Pan Am Games in Brazil. His number 44 was retired by the Marquette team. And he holds the Pistons record for the most field goal attempts per 48 minutes, about 25.35. So, Mr. Don Kogis, you haven't written him, write him. Great, he was a good player. You know, to last that long in the NBA, you got to be pretty good. You know, you have to be just great just to even sit on the bench in those leagues. So, send him out, good TTMer. Hopefully he'll send you the business cards. And lastly, we got an 8x10. This took 35 days. I didn't think it was ever coming back. I saw everybody getting their cards back, but came all the way from Ohio. There was no fee. And if I can get it straight there, no, get the glare off. That is Mr. Tommy Helms. And Tommy, that's his first name. Tommy Van Helms, born May 5th, 1941 in Charlotte, North Carolina. 79 years of age. He was signed by the Cincinnati Reds when he was 18 years old and would eventually serve in the United States Marine Corps from 1963 to 65. His baseball career went from 1964 to 77, where he played with the Reds, the Astros, the Pirates, and finished up with the Red Sox in 1977. He played briefly in baseball in 1964 and 65, but his first full season came in 1966. He was a natural shortstop, but was moved to third base because the Reds had Leo Cardenas at shortstop. That year, he hit .284 with 9 home runs, had great defense, and was named the 1966 National League Rookie of the Year. Well, a year later, in 1967, the Reds moved him to second base. Why? Because they had a young third baseman by the name of Tony Perez they wanted there. They took their second baseman, a guy by the name of Pete Rose, and put him in left field. On July 1st, 1970, Riverfront Stadium, brand new, just opened up not too long before that. Tommy Helms hit the first home run in Riverfront Stadium, which I believe is where that picture was taken. On November 29th, 1971, he was traded to the Houston Astros in what was a blockbuster deal. The Reds traded him, Jimmy Stewart, and first baseman Lee May to the Astros. What did they get in return? They got pitcher Jack Billingham, Ed Armbrister. You saw the 75 World Series. Carlton Fisk, I think, is still mad at that bunt where he got in his way. Cesar Geronimo, Dennis Menke, and a future Hall of Famer by the name of Joe Morgan. So that really helped put the pieces in place for the Big Red Machine to go on and win World Series in 75 and 76. In 1976, he was traded to the Pirates after being purchased by the Oakland A's. He was traded with Chris Batten and Phil Garner. What the A's got in return: outfielder Tony Armas, pitcher Doug Bear, pitcher Dave Justy, pitcher Rick Langford, pitcher Doc Medich, and a young outfielder by the name of Mitchell Page. After his career was over, he became a coach for the Cincinnati Reds. When Pete Rose got the hit to break Ty Cobb's all-time record, he was hugging Tommy Helms at first base. He briefly managed the Reds a couple of times in 1988 after Pete Rose was suspended for shoving an umpire in a game against the Mets. And in 1989, when Pete Rose was banned from baseball, Tommy took over. His managerial record was 28 and 36. He won about 43.8% of his games. He had a .269 lifetime batting average, hit 34 homers, drove in 477 runs, twice was an All-Star, twice was a Gold Glover. He was a very good fielder. As I said, he was 1966 NL Rookie of the Year. He played the 1970 World Series when the Reds lost to the Baltimore Orioles. He's a member of the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame and the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame as well. So it took me 35 days. I did ask him to sign Rookie of the Year on it, but he didn't. But hey, I'll take it. It's free, so no complaints here whatsoever. So that is it for this. I want to thank everybody for watching. I always appreciate everybody watching the videos. I try to comment as best I can to everybody to get back to them, because if you take the time to comment, I want to take the time to comment to write you back. You're all great. Thank you for being such great supporters. We are getting closer to 500. When I get to 500, I will have a giveaway for that. So, everybody, I hope you're doing well. Hope 2021 has been good to you so far. Take care. Be kind to each other. Let's change the year around a little bit and have a kinder year. We can do it. Everybody is really great. We all got problems, no question about it, but, let's try to be, nice. It's tough being nice. I know that. It's easy being mean. Anybody could be mean. Everybody, if you need any help or information on addresses, contact me. I'd be glad to help you. I certainly want to share. I know if you watch over on Facebook, they're rough. They don't like to share there at all. So, thank you for watching. Stay safe as always, and good night, Wisconsin.